element, then you should be find out the point group and then frame those symmetry element in the molecule. See, here I have shown you, if you will see, PtCl2NH3 whole twice, right? Now, in that case, first what I have done, I have framed the molecule, then symmetry element I have find out, and then later on what you have done, I have shown the depiction also of those symmetry element. See, you also make it as a practice to make the Salk equation. It will be very easy. Now see, how many symmetry elements are present? One is C2Z, C2X, and C2Y. So basically, if I will show you, my way of presentation is this. So this one is y-axis, this one is z-axis, and this one is x-axis. Okay, so this one is C2Z, C2Y, and then C2X. The remaining is here I symmetry element is also present, inversion point. Okay, now inversion point used to be lie at a central metal, that is platinum. Then sigma xy, sigma xz, sigma yz. Always remember, if your axis of rotation contains all three axes, means x, y, and z, then in that case the mirror plane will also contains all possible three axes, that is x, y, yz, and xz. Okay, so this belongs to the point group D2H. Okay, now see, the next job is, I have wrongly written here PDCl, you read it as a PTCl. The next job is just to reduce the formula. Now, reduction can be happen with respect to atom, it can be happen with respect to bond, it can be happen with respect to angle, as I already told you, right? Here we are going to plan with respect to metal chlorine bond. Here two different type of bonds are there. One is M M and NS3, and second type of bond is MCl. I can show you here. One is this type of bond and another is this type of bond. Now the angle will also vary, but to make it more easier for you, my main motto is to reduce this irreducible representation with respect to metal chlorine bond. Acha, chale. I have already reduced it, but you can make it as a practice. Now we will work it out. Now, suppose during the symmetry element E, how many bonds are going to be unshifted? Always focus for PDCl. Then, of course, these two bonds, this one and this one, are going to be unshifted. That's why here it is 2. Okay, now suppose you are going to perform C2Z. Now see C2Z kahan pe hai? C2Z ये axis है. This is C2Z, right? C2Z में आप ऐसे rotate करेंगे. Don't be get confused. I was also get confused earlier when I was a student. What I used to think that once you are rotating with respect to C2Z, क्या होना चाहिए? Cl अमोनिया पे आना चाहिए और अमोनिया Cl पे जाना चाहिए. याद रखिए, गलत है ये. Okay, because in case of C2 the angle of rotation should be 180, but if you are going to rotate, this angle is basically what? This is 90. So this Cl and this ammonia are not going to be shifted with respect to C2 axis. Okay, if you want to rotate with respect to C2 axis in Z in this direction, what would be happen? This Cl is going to be shifted over here and this Cl is going to be shifted over here. So both the bonds are going to be shifted during the C2Z. That's why the contribution I have made it here 0. Now same thing is going to happen with respect to Y, and Y was along this axis, if you will remember, right? So ammonia is going to be shifted, so automatically the things are going to be changing here. So this is again 0. But in case of C2X, if you remember, I have shown you the axis representation is this way. This one is what? Y. This one is Z. See, this one is X. right? So x kahan se jayega? Actually x is going to be passed through from this point, like this way, right? I will take some different color pen. Now see where from c to x is going. Actually x is perpendicular to the yz, huh? And whenever we are plotting anything it is 2D, but basically x nature is 3D, so x is going to be passed through perpendicular to the plane. So in short you can think about it that if the axis is going to be passed through like this green color direction, it means that the molecule is going to be remain unchanged. So PDCl is having 2. Center of inversion, see with respect to I, and with respect to central metal, if you are going to rotate anything, it is going to be changed. That's why it is 0. Sigma xy xz, see x axis kahan pe hai? X axis is basically this is perpendicular to the yz. So of course anything which is going to lie along the x is going to be remain unshifted. But if you are going to portray yz means the whole plane, the whole molecule containing plane, this one, right? So that is not going to be remain same. So in that case it is 0. But these two are basically 2 because these both the bonds are going to be unshifted, that PDCl bond. Now if you will put this reduction formula on point group, right, you will be able to reduce and you will be able to get that how many contributions are going to be come with respect to irreducible representation. But I have taken this A1G from your character table. Every characters are symmetric, 111. So now let us perform the reduction. Now that is 1 2 1. Okay. Next C2Z के केस में क्या होगा? 1, how many symmetry elements? C2 1, contribution 0, and then A1G 0. Like this way we have solved it. Now see, I will not discuss about this. So contribution is AG is 1. Now this way you can put for other irreducible representations which are present in D2H D2H character table. Now see, this is D2H character table. I have operate on AG, right? See, one way is that you operate on every B1G, B2G, B3G, AU, B1U, B2U, B3, and you will come across with the answer. But undoubtedly, it is going to consume your time, right? Another prospect is that since you have performed it on highly symmetrical element, that is AG, now, and it is present also. One means it is present, the contribution is present in this PDCl. The next step is you can subtract this, means 2 subtract with 1. What will you get? You will get 1. 0 minus 1 minus 1. 0 minus 1 minus 1. 2 minus 1 1. 0 minus 1 minus 1 1. Like this way you can subtract tau PDCl minus AG, and you will come across that what irreducible representation is present in our character table, and you will be able to know that that particular irreducible representation, R Mulliken symbol, is also been there in your PDCl bond. Now see, I have shown here, if I am going to subtract, what I am going to get it, you see 2 1 1, 0 minus 1 minus 1, 0 minus 1 minus 1, 2 subtract with 1 1, 0 minus 1, 2 minus 1 1 1, 2 minus 1 1, and 0 minus 1 1. Now the next job is to see that this particular characters are available in which irreducible representation. Now see that 1 minus 1 1 minus 1 1, यहाँ पर क्या है -1 है, तो ये नहीं हो सकता. Okay, now see the second possibility, we will see B3U 1 minus 1 minus 1. Okay, यहाँ पे भी है -1. Now C2X के रिस्पेक्ट में 1, this is also 1. Now I के रिस्पेक्ट में this is -1, so this one is also -1. Sigma XY, it is 1, so it is 1. XZ again 1, and sigma YZ, it is -1. So I can say that this these characters are well matched with B3U. So I can directly write it as B3U. So one you get AG and another you get B3U. Remember, this is with respect to PDCA. Okay. Now, second thing is that like traditional way, you apply on every Mulliken symbol, and I think for rest of the things you are going to get 0, right? Or to save the time, you subtract it. See, sometimes the problem is that after subtracting you will be able to get which has not been present in your character table. It simple means that you need to apply on every Mulliken symbol, and then you need to find out. If 2 are there, then it is very easy. But if 3 are there, then be careful, because after subtracting 1, you are going to get the information of 2. Okay, so chale next. So I can say tau vibrational with respect to PDCL is AG plus B3U. AG we have got it, and B3 just now we have calculated. Now IR and Raman active mode. See, IR के लिए मैंने आपको बोला, what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to see the right corner of the character table of particular point group. Wherever X, Y, Z is present, it means that they are going to contribute in IR. So basically, if you will see, X is present in front of B3U, B2U, and Z is present B1U. Okay. For Raman, you need to see quadric function. That quadric function was this. So if you will see X, Y, Z square, it is present in front of AG. XY is present with respect to B1G. XZ is present with respect to B2G and B3G. So I can say from character table, you are able to conclude that tau Raman, tau IR is B1U plus B2U plus B3U. However, in case of Raman, the value will be AG, B1G, B2G, B3G. The same thing I have written here. B1U, B2U, B3U, and Raman AG, B1G, B2G, B3G. Okay. Now the next. See, as in the beginning only I told that here there is a center of symmetry Ri, right? So there will be a rule of mutual exclusion. So we expect that no mode will be present in both Raman and IR. It means that there is no mode should be common in between IR and Raman. Now, if you will see here, IR, that is from character table that you have not calculated yet. Now see, it is B1U. B1U यहाँ पर है, Raman में no. So okay. B2U, now see B2U is present? No. Now B3U, whether B3U is present? No. So this IR is okay. And by default, Raman is also checked. Always remember, I think in the assignment 1, I have asked you about the rule of mutual exclusion. What it corresponds? It corresponds that if the molecule is having a center of symmetry, then no mode will be common in between IR and Raman. It's a very simple rule. Okay. And the same thing you need to apply once you are operating with a number of molecules. Now see. So you calculated that PDCL correspond to what? Just now you have calculated vibration. Tau vibration is AG3 AG plus B3U. Now see, AG कहाँ पर है? AG is present in front of Raman according to character table, right? And B3U is present. B3U is present in IR. So with respect to PDCL bond, one is responsible for polarizability and another is responsible for IR. Okay. Now you have segregated which one is IR, which one is Raman. Okay. Now next. See, it simple conclude that in the tau vibrational, one mode is IR active and one mode is Raman active. I used to represent POL, means polarizability, that correspond to Raman here, and IR, you know that. Now see, now we will move towards framing the Salk function, right? Though for Salk function, I told you what you are supposed to get it. First, you need to find out, I will write it here, symmetry elements. This is the checklist. If you are performing at your level, you should also see to it that these many things are present or not. So first is symmetry element. Second thing is point group. Of course, you will be able to get it. After the point group, you should depict all the symmetry element present in that particular molecule and also fix the axis. Now see here I have again reverted. If you will see what I have done, this is x-axis, this is z-axis, and this is y-axis. Earlier I have shown that this is y and this is x. See, these two things I have applied in the same molecule to make you understand that you are free to adopt the Cartesian axis as per your choice. But once you are framing, be careful, it is going to give you the different answers as well sometime. So be careful. See, only thing is that my personal request is to avoid any ambiguity, you always fix z-axis is this way. Z-axis is the principal axis. Okay. So in our childhood, what we used to plot this way. ये क्या है? This is x, this is y. Z कहाँ है? We used to say हवा में, right? So that हवा में is very important in chemistry. That's why the main confusion used to start. So what you are supposed to do, you always fix Z. Don't interplay with Z. It's a difficult, but once you get a master, you can do anything. But once you are beginning to make you understand that how this group theory used to work, then in that case you fix z-axis. So I have fixed that z-axis. Now x, I have interpolated it here, right? Just to make you understand, even I can use that one also, and we are going to get the same answer. But still, let us see. Now see, to find out the salt, what we are supposed to name the bond. Okay, so here what I have done, this particular bond I have framed it, and this is called S1, this is S2, this is S3, this is S4. Now again, you are free to take any abbreviations to notify the bond. It can be R1, R2, R3, R4. I have taken S1 for my sake of interest. Okay, now see, before any symmetry element, if you will see, what would be S1 will be remain S1, S2 will be remain S2, S3 and S4. Today I want to explain you some matrix also. That's why I'm representing here. Now see, S1, S2, S3, S4 means you are depicting the bond distance as it is when you have allotted in a molecule. Okay. Now, suppose you have performed C2Z. This one is basically what? It is C2Z, and that too also Z. है ना? तो क्या होगा C2Z के रिस्पेक्ट में? Now see, I told you don't get confused. C2Z होगा तो S1 S4 हो जाएगा. नहीं. Always think this angle. This angle is 90. It is a square planar molecule. No. So 90 cannot be a C2 axis of rotation. For C2 axis of rotation, the angle should be 180. So always remember, whenever you are rotating through C2Z, it is like this way. यहाँ तक रहेगा. Okay. Now, so S1 is going to be changed. S3. S2 is going to be changed. No, because Z के लॉन्ग घुमा रहे ना, तो C2 के और वो भी C2Z, and Z तो इसी डायरेक्शन में है, तो वो नहीं होने वाला. Okay. Now see that S3 चेंज होगा. Of course, S2 चेंज हो रहा है तो S3 भी चेंज होगा. So S3 will become S1. Okay. Now S4 is going to be changed. No. So I have written as S4. Very simple. What you are supposed to do, you're supposed to write in a bracket all the bond length which you have assigned at your end. I have assigned it as S1, S2, S3, S4. See, कुछ लोग कंफ्यूज हो रहे होंगे कि ये Z एक्सिस के लॉन्ग अगर घूमा मॉलिक्यूल, तो अगर ये हो गया तो ये भी ऐसे हो गया. नहीं, गलत है. ये तभी हो सकता है जब Y एक्सिस के लॉन्ग घुमाएगा. एक्चुअली ये मॉलिक्यूल ऐसे है, आप इसे समझिए. This is a square planar molecule. आपको एक्सिस समझाने के चक्कर में जेड एक्सिस को ऐसे बनाया मैंने. नाउ सी व्हाट आई कैन राइट इट. दिस इज अमोनिया एंड दिस इज Cl. ओके, अभी देखिए मैं दूसरे कलर का पेन लेता हूं. अभी देखिए यहाँ पे ये कौन सा एक्सिस है, ये है एक्स एक्सिस. ओके, और ये कौन सा एक्सिस है, जेड. तो यानी जेड एक्सिस के लॉन्ग अगर आप किसी चीज को घुमाएंगे तो क्या होगा, जेड के अपोजिट जो है वही तो चेंज होगा. दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव रिटन S2 को, यहाँ पे देखिए S1 को मैंने S3 लिखा है. ओके, डोंट बी गेट कंफ्यूज कि ये तो बीचों बीच से जा रहा है. नाउ इफ वी आर गोइंग टू शिफ्ट इट, सो व्हाट विल बी हैपन, S1 इज गोइंग टू चेंज S4. एक तो S1 S4 होगा नहीं पहली, because the bond angle between S1 and S4 is 90, and for C2 rotation you need a bond angle should be 180. पहली चीज. Secondly, don't be get confused that whole molecule is going to be changed with respect to C2Z. No, it is not possible. Why? Because Z axis is along the PTCl bond. So whole molecule cannot be changed, no. So that's why the only shift which is going to be takes place is the S1 is going to be shifted to S3. That's it. If you are going to operate same symmetry element as a C2X, तो क्या होगा, S2 will transform to S4. That's it. But suppose if you are going to rotate with respect to C2Y, then whole molecule is going to be shifted, always remember. And in that case, the number of contribution will be 0. Anyway, just now to make you understand how this matrix used to frame, I have put it this slide. So okay, hope this much has been clear. S1 is turning S3, S2 will remain S2, S3 will remain S1 and S4 will remain S4. Now, मैंने क्या किया, सेम चीज मैंने लिख दी, इन दोनों को उठाया और यहां पर कर दिया. देखिए S1 ये वाला, ये बिफोर वाला है and this one is after. I have written. Now we are moving towards the matrix formation. See, very easy logic. जो यहां पर आपको दिख रहा है, आपको क्या करना है, ऑपरेशन के बाद क्या हुआ. देखिए यहाँ पर अगर मैं लिखूं तो कितने बॉन्ड है, 4. तो याद रखेगा मैट्रिक्स बनेगा 4x4 का. जो इनऑर्गेनिक के हैं वो डरे नहीं है. 4x4 मतलब 4 रो 4 कॉलम. ओके, आप 4 रो 4 कॉलम बना लीजिए. अब देखिए यहां पर आपको क्या दिखा, S3, राइट. तो आपको क्या करना है, 4 कॉलम आप बना लीजिए. देखिए मैंने क्या किया, एक मैट्रिक्स रिप्रेजेंटेशन बता रहा हूं 4x4 का. देखिए मैं क्या कर रहा हूं, यहां पर S1 है, लेट इट बी, आई डोंट बॉदर अबाउट इट, राइट. व्हाट यू आर सपोज टू राइट, एवरीथिंग यू पुट इट एज अ 0 इफ यू आर फर्स्ट बिगिनर. देन देखिए फिजिकल वालों को आता होगा, इनऑर्गेनिक वालों को थोड़ा दिक्कत रहती है. मैंने 4x4 के मैट्रिक्स बना लिया. एक्चुअली ये 0 मैट्रिक्स हो जाएगा, इसका कोई मतलब नहीं है, बट फिर भी जस्ट टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड. तो ये कर दिया. अब आपको क्या करना है, नाउ सी S1 is turning to S3, no. So basically third bond length is going to be changed. So whatever the changes are going to be happen, that you are going to write it as a 1. लीजिए मैंने 1 लिख दिया, 3 पे 1 लिख दिया. Now see S2 is remain S2, वो कोई मतलब नहीं, अभी रुक जाने दीजिए, पहले इसी के. अब S3 is going to be S1, यानी यहां पर आपने लिख दिया, राइट. अब देखिए इसी को मैं दिखा देता हूं. ये देखिए अगर ओवरऑल देखा जाए तो S1 इज टर्निंग टूवर्ड्स S3, तो मैंने थर्ड पे लिख दिया. और S3 इज टर्निंग टूवर्ड्स S1, राइट. S4 और S2, राइट. देखिए क्या हो गए थे S2, एक्चुअली ये पूरे C2 का मैंने ऑपरेशन यहाँ पे लिख दिया गलती से. तो देखिए ये जब पूरा C2 रोटेट होगा तो यानी C2Y अगर रोटेट करेंगे तो S2 यहाँ पे S4 होगा फिर, और यहां पर होगा S1. तो उस केस में क्या होने वाला है, सारी चीजें 0 हो जाएंगी, बराबर है ना. ये रिप्रेजेंटेशन तब पॉसिबल है जब आप किसी चीज को रोटेट करेंगे C2Y के रिस्पेक्ट में, है ना. तो अगर इसका करेक्टर आपको काउंट करेंगे तो करेक्टर क्या होता है, डायगोनल सम कर लीजिए. तो क्या आएगा, 0। ठीक है, चलिए अब प्रोजेक्शन फार्मूला अप्लाई करते हैं और मैं S1 के रिस्पेक्ट में कर रहा हूं। ई में S1 में कोई चेंज होगा? नहीं होगा, वेरी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड। C2Z में होगा, ऑफ कोर्स S1 इज टर्निंग टू S3। C2Y के केस में क्या होगा? S1 इज टर्निंग टूवर्ड्स S4 एंड जब C2X करेंगे तो S1 किस में ट्रांसफॉर्म हो जाएगा? S2 में। I सेंटर ऑफ इन्वर्जन है, तो I के केस में हमेशा याद रखिएगा S1 का अपोजिट वाला ही आएगा, तो यानी सेम ये C2 के बराबर जैसा सिग्मा XY अगेन S1 देन XZ S2 एंड देन YZ S4। ठीक, देखिए again what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to perform AG मैंने कैरेक्टर टेबल से लिया। We start putting this, so now if you will solve it what would be happen? 1 1, see यहाँ पर एक 1 लिखा है मैंने, एक्चुअली आपको याद होगा इन प्रोजेक्शन फार्मूला there is a no K. Why? Because all the symmetry element which are having some coefficient, they too get separated, huh? That's why there is no meaning to put the value of K there. But here I have shown it just to make you understand that even if you are going to write it, you forget and you have put it, see, you are going to get a right answer. Now see, how many E are present? 1, that's why it is 1. How many C2Z? 1, C2Y, C2, so even if you are going to write, it is not going to put any impact on that. Okay, the only thing is that you should write the proper projection. Proper projection means, see here it is okay, but suppose C3V, there will be a 2C3, right? Then that 2C3 should be segregated as C3 prime and C3 double prime. Okay, that's the only thing you should be take in your account before putting this formula. Now see, now you will solve it. So what would be happen? 2S1, 2S2, 2S3, 2S4. Solve कर ले आप, यही आएगा. Okay, now 2 you are going to take a common, so 2 by 8. So that is 1 by 4. This is projection formula. I told you if you are going to make the solve, what you are supposed to do? Very easy way. You can take the root of this one. 1 by root 4. That's it. So 1 by root 4, it is 1 by 2. This is the solve equation. Okay. Again, I will repeat this. In PTCL bond, what you are supposed to do is, with one, whatever the things are writing here, so means you are going to operate or focus with respect to this bond only, right? तो S1 के रिस्पेक्ट में अगर आप करेंगे तो E में क्या आएगा? ऑफ कोर्स कुछ चेंज नहीं होगा, तो ये आएगा। C2Z के केस में क्या होगा? S3 आएगा, बराबर। C2Z, C2Y के केस में क्या आएगा? C2Y क्या था? C2Y अब अगर आप देखेंगे तो S1 S2, हाँ, C2Y वो एक्सिस था, राइट? तो एक्सिस के अलोंग अगर आप घुमाने की कोशिश करेंगे तो क्या होगा कि वो S4 में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा, एंड C2X के रिस्पेक्ट में अगर कोई चीज घुमाई जाएगी तो ऑफ कोर्स वो पड़ोसी वाला आएगा, ठीक है? और I के रिस्पेक्ट में अपोजिट। XY प्लेन हमेशा क्या है? X is always perpendicular, right? So it is not going to make any change in the bond. सेम XZ के केस में क्या होगा? वो एकदम परपेंडिकुलर आ रहा होगा, पार हो रहा होगा, तो S1 is a mirror image of S2. एंड YZ के केस में क्या होगा? S1 is transforming to S4. Okay, now see, same thing we are going to apply 1 by 1 on B1G. ये देखिए, this way also you are going to get it 1 by root 2, 1 by 2 S1 minus S2 plus S3 minus S4. Okay, see, the one way is that AG आपको मिल गया है and you know the tau vibration also. So from that you will be able to conclude that what symmetry elements are present. Another way is that you put it 1 by 1, get it here 1 by 2. Then rest of the things I have not shown here because they are going to be get 0. Okay. Now see, these 4 Salk equations you have framed it. I have not shown any depiction of this molecule, but I have told you that if you want to make a presentations with respect to bond length, how do you make it? Now see here, suppose आपको A1G बनाना है, यहाँ पे सबके सब प्लस है, तो ये है स्क्वायर प्लेनर मॉलिक्यूल, राइट? तो इफ यू वांट टू मेक अ रिप्रेजेंटेशन, व्हाट वुड बी हैपन, सबके सब एक तरफ एक जैसे, ये होगा साल का रिप्रेजेंटेशन। और Ag आपको याद होगा, Ag पोलराइजेबिलिटी यानी रमन है, और B3U ये है IR। B3U का बना देता हूं मैं, B3U या B2U अगर प्रेजेंट है तो, हाँ B3U देखिए प्रेजेंट है। नाउ सी, इसमें आपको अगर रिप्रेजेंटेशन बनाने के लिए बोलूं तो ये हो गया आपका स्क्वायर प्लेनर कंपाउंड। ये S1 है, ये S2 है, ये S3 है, ये S4 है। तो देखिए S1 प्लस S2 यानी सेम जैसे, सपोज मैंने ये बॉन्ड ले लिया एक ही डायरेक्शन, but S3 and S4 is having minus, so it means that their direction is going to be same but opposite to S1 and S2. S1 and S2 are moving outside in direction, right? But S3 and S4 will, suppose I will make it as moving this way.